What has happened, everybody? Welcome back to today's episode of Why'd I Buy a Mini Truck? Got the K24 on the engine stand. We have our cherry picker free now. Got the Blue King cabin here. We got the transmission fluid drain today. Took the clutch sleeve cylinder off. Tomorrow I'm going to unbolt that shifter, put a little baggie over the opening so nothing falls in it. And then, we're going to take this thing on out, engine and trans. We're going to put the transmission side by side, get them all nice and pressure washed. I am going to keep this other transmission if it does bolt up the same way this one does. I'm pretty sure that it will, but I just want to make 100%. And then we can finally get started on some of the stuff in here. So we are going to be taking this power steering rack out, putting the manual rack in from the black donor truck. I took all the power steering out today. All the lines are out. But once the engine and transmission's out, we're going to give this a nice, good clean. We're going to mask off the firewall. We're going to spray it all down. And we're going to start to prep it. We are going to be painting all the way up to the cowl. I'm going to take the windshield trim off. We're going to probably pop the windshield out because it needs to be replaced anyway. So we're going to probably go ahead and do that. The following weekend, going to take the brake master cylinder off, clutch master cylinder off, take the booster off. We're going to run that 300ZX booster with the Willwood master cylinders. But having all that stuff out of here is going to be really nice because we're going to be able to really dive into how we're going to do the tubs up here. I am a pretty big fan of the cutout back there for the line. However, depending on where the Willwood setup lands, that'll really determine where we end up cutting our tubs. Now, these are pretty high up. The tires don't make, they're not even close to making contact, which is good, right? Like, that's what you want. So we've got plenty of clearance in here. We can run a bigger wheel. Since we are actually going to be running 15s, these are 16s. Now, I'm not 100% sure. I really hope it clears down here. It's kind of close on each side when it's aired out all the way, but we'll kind of see what we come up with. You know what I just noticed? Look at this. I just noticed this. What are you? Oh, you're so stiff. Okay, well, I don't know what that is, but is there one on the other side? No, so it might have been like height sensors maybe, or I can't imagine that's where the shock was. Anyway, little surprises everywhere, you know what I'm saying? So we're going to get this out. We're going to take our time in here. I thought it'd be cool. I know I just put the battery back there. It would be cool to kind of find a way to tuck it up here, but there's really no way to do that unless we run a half-size battery, like one of those extreme lithium batteries or whatever, the really small ones that they use for like drag cars and stuff, or just like street cars that want a smaller battery. I might look into that as an option, but I really do kind of like having the battery in the back. It's nice because the auxiliary fuse panel and everything's back there. That is also something we're going to be redoing. So I just got it set up so we could air the truck up and move it around, but I do have some ABS plastic that's going to be coming in. And we're just going to go ahead and make a real panel, make sure all our relays are there, and make sure all of our breaker switches are on. So this was definitely just temporary bare bones. We are also going to be moving the air compressor and we're going to be moving the tank. So both air compressors and the tank, we are actually going to be putting them in the bed again. I do kind of like having them back here. I think it's awesome. However, if I do ever need to get in here to service it or anything, I got to pull the bed off, and who knows how that's going to go. So I think what we're going to do is once we get the engine and transmission out, we're going to go ahead and come back here. We might relocate the gas tank. I think it would be cool to actually put a fuel cell back here somewhere. This 4-link that I have going on was like this when we got the truck, and it really doesn't leave a whole lot of room back here for anything. Like, if I could, I would have the compressors actually on this side and the tank sitting on the opposite side underneath, so that it would be fairly easy to get to everything, but not a huge deal. I mean, we only have to shorten up some wiring, and it'll be better too because then we can use a slightly smaller gauge wire for the compressors, because right now I think the wiring we have is pretty much overkill for it. So we're gonna move all that stuff in, and I'll probably make like a cool little cover or something in the bed, just trying to keep it protected from the elements, and make sure you can still see it though, which is kind of tight. I do have to take the exhaust off tomorrow as well. I am hoping that this Z24 setup for the fueling is going to be okay. There is some stuff I want to go through this, thinking about, while the bed's off and everything, why not let's put a brand new fuel pump in here. Let's go ahead and clean everything up. Let's put a new screen in, or fuel filter sock. Really just kind of get it all buttoned up while we have access to it. I don't want to go overboard with it because I'm not going to keep this truck forever. But at the same time, I don't want whoever gets it to have to worry about it or be like, oh, this was done janky, like this is broken, this is wrong. I just want it to be right and tight and ready to go, so I can enjoy it while I have it, and then whoever decides to get it, they can enjoy it. So that's a huge deal. Another thing I noticed too, which is kind of wild, is that I'm not sure, but it looks like this tire is kicked in way more than this one. Like, see, this one comes flat out. Then I was looking at this one. This one is like angled out. I'm not sure. I can almost bet it's going to need an alignment. When it's aired up, they're pretty straight. So maybe it's just like a weird thing that happens when it airs out. I'm going to look into that too. We're going to be flipping these and boxing them, the upper control arms, new ball joints all the way around, and probably going to reinforce the bag mounts as well. That's all stuff we're going to get into. This video is just to let you guys know that, yeah, we're still moving forward, right? We're pulling this motor out tomorrow or Sunday, and we should be good to go. And then I'm going to do a little bit of research on how we're going to go ahead and do the front tub stuff. Still got to pull the wiper arms, the wiper arm mechanism out, because we are going to be painting up in here. There's no real crazy rust or anything, but there is like surface rust, and that's something I definitely want to get up out of here. Plus, once everything's clean, everybody likes working in a clean environment, right? So once this is all cleaned up, it'll be a lot more fun to work in. Since there is nothing inside the truck really either, we may just pressure wash in here as well. All this stuff's going to be out when we do that, so maybe we will just blast this. And we are going to take the heater core out. I've decided I'm going to replace the heater core itself, and that'll give me just a chance to clean up that center portion of the HVAC, since I have everything else clean. It'd be a shame to go that far and then have a dirty, HVAC smell because I didn't clean this part out. So stay tuned for the next video. It's probably going to come out on Monday, maybe Sunday if I'm feeling it, but probably Monday. I am going to try this time to film with the GoPro, so we'll see how I do with editing. Worst case scenario, you guys just get a crappy cell phone upload. So I was going to look over this engine in this video, but I think I'm going to just make a whole nother video kind of going over the setup that's on here, kind of talking about stuff that we need to fix, and just kind of cleaning all this up as well. So stay tuned for the next video. Thank you everybody for watching. I definitely do appreciate it, and I will catch you guys in the next one.